Lucas Alexander, and why not? He showed his best form of his career. In his last outing, it was a win over Steven Peterson in San Antonio, Paul. He did everything but finish his opponent in that one back in March. Looked great, looks the part of a featherweight prospect that could be very much on the rise.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just unbelievable counter ability. Every time Peterson rushed him, he stepped off, left hook, right hand, or vice versa. Just very sharp kickboxing, very rangy, long, lean. Now, unfortunately, Alexander had an issue with the scale coming in here, so that's something that we haven't seen necessarily from him before. I hope that he figures that out. I don't know what happened. I haven't been able to speak to him since then, but what I can speak to is that the kickboxing of this man is elite with the team that he's also training with in Florida. What's the name of the team down in Florida, Brendan?
Fusion XL in Orlando.
Tons of grapplers. Tons of really good jiu-jitsu practitioners, so you know that his ground game is constantly being worked on, always evolving. But I think tonight he's going to be able to put that striking on display with Saragih, who's going to try to bring the big, powerful punches. It's going to be a fun matchup right here.
Dom, 6 of his last 7 in the win column, 3 wins by knockout. Doesn't have a submission. It's rounding out the skill set, but he is great on the feet. So Lucas Alexander in for his 3rd UFC appearance. 2nd for Jekasaragih, representing Indonesia on his way to the octagon. Megan O'Leary joins us octagon side. The 28-year-old fought his way to the final of the Road to UFC tournament earlier this year, looking to get a big victory in the octagon today.
A big victory after doing his first real weight cut. Because that road to the Octagon tournament was in the lightweight division. Today he is competing in the featherweight division. He's told me yesterday that there were times he wanted to give up, but he realized he couldn't, because this is what makes fighters great. It is that sacrifice that pays off. He left his family for 5 months to train in the United States. And when I spoke to him, you could really tell that the end was near. His family is 100% his motivation. That is his main goal, to get back there, but to get back there with a victory. Trained in San Diego, very confident in his coaches like Mark Fiore, but really excited to get back home to Indonesia. Hopes to proudly represent his nation tonight. Today, I should say.
Yeah, as Megan said, from the mountain village of 120 families, he says they're impoverished and they've been forgotten. He fights to lift his people out of poverty, to inspire the young kids to get led away from the bad things in life. These are the motivations. And when you have something bigger than yourself that motivates you, that's when you're getting pounded, punched, and elbowed in mount. These are the things that pull you out of those positions. So we'll see if the skill set can follow the heart that he's got moving into this scrap.
Familiar with the UFC Apex, where he fought in February, Jekasaragih set to take on tail of the tape. Both fighters 28 years old. Favorite from Brazil. He also has a 4-inch edge in reach. He did.
And now, fight fans, here we go with our next fight. 3 rounds in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a striker standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in over the featherweight limit at 148 pounds. In 11 fights, his record stands at 8 victories with 3 defeats. Fighting out of Orlando, Florida by way of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Here is Lucas, the Lion Alexander. And across the octagon, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. This mixed martial artist is 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in at the featherweight limit, 146 pounds, and in 16 fights, holds a record of 13 victories with 3 defeats. Fighting out of Simalungun, Indonesia, here is jekasaragih. And your referee in charge of the action is Herb Dean.
Veteran referee Herb Dean, first time inside the octagon this afternoon for him. Lucas Alexander ready for UFC appearance number 3 here today.
Ready, let's fight.
And looking for back-to-back victories. Saragih is in the white, Alexander's in the yellow.
Saragih has shown off a monster right hand.
Alexander tends to counter a lot. We'll see if he can get off first. There we go. That's what he needs to go, be first. He's got very good counter ability, and being lanky as he is, he likes to pull the shorter people towards him and fight while he moves backwards, as you're seeing him try to pull Saragih now.
Nice leg kick there from Alexander. Feinting the takedown early on in the fight.
He's just trying to get the reads Saragih by reaching for that. See how he reacts if he does go for a takedown. Oof, good 3-2 down the pipe.
Oh, beautiful counter uppercut there from Alexander.
He's just got such good timing on his counters. You see, the second you make a move, he counters it.
Yeah, this is where he's comfortable on the feet as he spills to his back after landing a kick.
And use that.
Oh! Saragih! Jekasaragih!
I mean, the power, he just put it on display. This is why, if the power is there, anybody can go to sleep with 4-ounce gloves.
Oh my goodness. Power personified for Jekasaragih, who used that scramble to his advantage. Alexander was off balance, and he landed a thunderous right hand to knock him out in the firsts.
Oh.
Let's take a look at this right now. I mean, he waits and then 2-3. I mean, heavy overhand right lands, and then the finish there up against the fence. I mean, beautiful. Herb Dean giving him a shot to come back together. Look how he gives the fighter a chance to get it together. Nope, not enough.
Yeah, not happening today.
Not happening on that one. Saragih takes away any chance of there being any fight left out of Alexander. Look at this. He waits, gets the angle. Boom. Overhand right. When you have that angle, you got power is there, anybody can go to sleep with 4-ounce gloves.
Oh my goodness. Power personified for Jekasaragih, who used that scramble to his advantage. Alexander was off balance, and he landed a thunderous right hand to knock him out in the firsts.
Oh.
Let's take a look at this right now. I mean, he waits and then 2-3. I mean, heavy overhand right lands, and then the finish there up against the fence. I mean, beautiful. Herb Dean giving him a shot to come back together. Look how he gives the fighter a chance to get it together. Nope, not enough.
Yeah, not happening today.
Not happening on that one. Saragih takes away any chance of there being any fight left out of Alexander. Look at this. He waits, gets the angle. Boom. Overhand right. When you have that angle, you got